What's up, everybody? It's Sid and Millie. We're back with another topic. So,
Yes.
Millie, what are we going to be talking about in this video?
Today, we're just going to be quickly chatting about, or maybe not quickly, but just chatting about like humans and why we don't worship more like clear signs, I guess,
Yeah,
So-
like more physical.
Yeah, so
things.
my argument would be that human religion and human beliefs in general should be centered around three main objects:
Ooh,
the earth, the sun, and the moon.
okay.
That is
makes sense to me.
those would be my three pillars of religion, my three pillars of any base religion, simply because those are the three pillars of things that impact us as humans and allow us to live. So that's my argument.
I love that. So, like, what would each pillar be based around for you?
I'm glad you asked. My sun pillar would be based around essentially just like light, right? Like light and the sun bring us all of our food, plant life, our energy, all of those sorts of things. So essentially just like acknowledging, appreciating the sun, following the sun's solar cycles, and like figuring out what that means in the interaction of our planet. So when the sun is on a certain cycle, what is the interaction of us humans on Earth? Does that impact how we're feeling, how we're thinking? Like, what are the impacts on us? Like, that should be like the basis, I think. And then, I just feel like we absorb energy from the sun.
Yes.
So, like, when I'm outside, like, you can feel the heat, like, in your hair follicles, you can feel the heat on like your skin and things. So I feel like, we should be going outside to absorb as much of the sun's light as we can. Obviously, within
Safely.
reason. We don't want to.
The morning time is the best time to be out in the sun.
100%. It's like that soft light.
Yeah.
It's not like harsh yet.
Mhm.
And if you are going to be a sun observer or a sun appreciator, make sure you wear your sunscreen appropriately.
Yes. Facts. Yeah, I love that, Millie. Yeah, because humans really can only function and live on this earth because of how, everything that we would be worshiping under this religion, like everything contributes to human success at life.
100%.
So, and like the sun is the catalyst for that.
100%. I mean, if you think about like Earth is laying in a Goldilocks, what they call a Goldilocks zone in our solar system. Essentially, it's like a rare like phenomenon, which is a space in a solar system that allows for life to exist. That we're held in that position because of our sun. So the gravity of our sun, the movement of our sun, it literally is the anchor which pillars our planet to its position, which again allows us to exist. So that's why the sun is immensely important. It's like the pillar of humanity. It's the pillar of our life. We don't exist without it and can't exist without it. So the sun would be my number one pillar and my like the centerpiece of this religion.
Amazing. What would be your like second, I guess?
My second is going to be the Mother Earth. I think, Earth itself is like such a treasure, right? Like we exist on a planet where food, water, air exists freely to us, or at least did in the past exist freely to us. Obviously now, they've made commodities out of things that our Earth provides freely, but
should be human rights.
Exactly. Because again, like our Earth is the provider for us. Like this rock is what protects us from space. It protects us from the harshness of the sun and filters its light to us and allows us to exist. And from nothing, our Earth created life and created human beings. And so, I just think when you put your feet in the dirt, when you do like grounding rituals, like you can feel a connection to the ground. You can feel the vibrations from the ground kind of like reverberating through your very being. And so like highly suggest grounding, putting your feet in the dirt, in the grass. And when you're in nature, I mean, you can attest to it too. Like when we're in like nature, like the appreciation you feel.
Yeah, I feel like it's like the appreciation you have to give to the earth and just like the utter sense of peacefulness as well as just like listening around you. I feel like you don't, if you're in a city or anything like that, you're not having those moments of quiet, and I feel like that is something that people don't really think about because
100%.
we aren't out and being in parks and connecting to the world connecting to the earth and
100%.
grounding, to your point.
Yeah, and so like within my like earth pillar, like it would be immensely important. You know, humans notoriously, we just take from the earth. We take all of these natural resources, we take anything from the earth, but we return very little to the earth. So yeah, my big thing would be like sending our energy, our thoughts, our our essence of who we are, like you could call it prayer or whatever, but I feel like instead of sending those things up, like we should be sending them to the earth, which provides to us, for us, and work as a society, as a species, to like replenish the earth.
Absolutely.
People need to be buried in things that biodegrade, like that way 100 200 million years from now our bodies can be the fossil fuels for the next set of humans. Like that's the way we have to think. Like we have to think about the longevity of our species. And in order to secure the longevity of our species as humans, we have to first secure the longevity of our habitat. And our habitat is here on Earth, and it exists all around us. And yeah, we've got to protect the earth. We should be worshiping the very ground we step on, because without it, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that, Millie. And I just feel like humans so often work against the earth.
Yeah.
And try and like fight against the elements and cut down trees to build things. And I feel like if we were, I'm looking out a window at, I feel like if we were actually working with the earth and trying to exist in a space where we are almost just like living amongst nature, obviously that would be very tough, but I think a lot of cities that you can go to have a lot of parks, and I mean Paris and Amsterdam are two I can just name off the top of my head, two of our favorite cities. Anyway. I feel like they do put a lot of emphasis on green space because humans need that to like feel
100%.
I don't know.
We're connected to the land,
Yeah.
right? Like we're creatures of the land. We came from the earth itself, so naturally we feel connected to the earth. Like these concrete and steel jungles that we surround ourselves in, like Sid mentioned, like the cities, it isn't cohesive with human beings as a whole. It's not cohesive to like the core of our species. The nature of human beings is being out in the earth, out in the world. So yeah, it's just I think that'd be like immensely important, like a lot of emphasis on not only protecting the earth but replenishing the earth, and then also just like worshiping the earth, like really appreciating the fact that this planet exists here and has given humans the opportunity to exist and thrive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Couldn't do it without her.
Yeah, honestly.
Shout out Mother Earth.
Yes, Gaia.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, the thing we should be worshiping, not Anyway, but what would your moon pillar be, Millie?
Yeah, so bring it home with the actually I have 4 pillars, so now I just came up with my 4th one. But my third pillar is like the moon, right? Like the moon controls our ocean cycles. A moon is constantly like pushing and pulling like our tides, which essentially give us our ocean current, and give us essentially the life that we have. So the moon plays an important role in like the gravity, obviously lunar cycles. We know that original calendars of humans were based around the lunar cycles, which is a 28-day cycle, which is way more cohesive with like women's bodies and all, etc., right? Like, so we know the moon and earth are cohesive in their balance that they create for human beings. The moon's light, obviously nourishes tons of plants, animals, insects, like all of those things that exist at night, and all the I don't know. The moon is just immensely beautiful. It's a marvel at the sky. And again, it's something we can see, and we can watch it, and we know what its impact is. We know that the tides are going to rise and fall because our moon exists, and those ocean currents that are caused by that are immensely important to humans surviving.
100%.
So yeah, I think the moon, just look at it, man. Look up. Yeah, the moon is beautiful. So yeah, that would be my moon pillar.
Hell yeah, love that.
Nothing too crazy for that one, but
hey, doesn't have to be crazy.
Yeah.
Well, what was the 4th pillar?
My 4th pillar of this new belief system is just humanity, right? Like kind of humans finally coming together and understanding that we have way more in common than we have differences.
Yeah.
And really overlooking all of these low vibrational differences that we get so hung up on. I won't even list them because they're not worth even acknowledging, because the reality is humans are the same species. We're one people. We're of many one people, and we need to unite. Every single human life has immense value,
100%.
and until that is the reality, like, it should almost be to the point where when a single person passes away, the entire planet should be acknowledging that person passing away and their energy passing on into a new phase of existence.
Wow,
You
I
know,
love that.
like, that is the type of energy we have to be on. Like, every single human life is valuable. We can't afford to be like losing human life so willy-nilly, you know, through war and all this violence that goes on in the world. I think like humanity really needs to do a reckoning and take a look internally, and acknowledge both our flaws and our greatness and make changes accordingly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that'd be like my last pillar, is going to be like the responsibility of humans to look inward and, like, you know, make these changes in our world around us. And it starts with us appreciating each other and appreciating every single human life, no matter how rich or how poor.
Absolutely. Yeah. Empathy.
Yeah,
It's just
empathy. It's
yeah.
the key. It really is.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that, Millie. Yeah. So I feel like I definitely agree with you. Humans should be worshiping things that we can actually see, things
Yeah.
that we can actually like attribute to our lives, and
Yeah.
like giving back to those things. Obviously, can't really give back to the sun and the moon, but
Yeah.
you know, the humanity and the earth aspect, those are things that we should be pushing on and like really trying to make sure that, you know, our earth is protected,
Facts.
habitats are protected,
Facts.
and all human life is protected, because
Yeah.
there's way too much war happening on this earth, and way too much just destruction of other civilizations basically,
Yeah.
and other humans, that is just so unnecessary, and
Facts.
nobody should be okay with it. And I feel like if we were worshiping each other and actually feeling for each other, then we wouldn't be going through some of the things that we're going through.
Yeah, 100%. Like, people just get lucky with the geography they're born in. That's really the
100%.
only difference between you living a life of luxury or being in a famine, and fearing for your life. So yeah, I just think, you know, those would be my 4 pillars: sun, moon, earth, and then humans themselves, worshiping ourselves and really appreciating the life that we're given. So
Yeah, I love it.
yeah,
What would you
that-
call it?
ooh, what would I call it? Man, that's tough.
On the spot.
I know, yeah, you did put me on the spot. I mean, I know that like the term humanism already has like functions, you know,
Okay.
but I don't know. I feel like I don't know. Yeah, I'll have to think on that and circle back to you and try and think of a name for our new belief system. But maybe we could start by just nicknaming it the 4 pillars.
The 4 pillars. I
4
love it.
pillars of belief. Yeah.
Okay, I'm here
Yeah.
for that, Millie. I
Yeah.
love it.
Things we can see, things that we know help us, things that we know impact our lives positively. That's what we could do.
That's what we
That's
can
what
do.
we should do. We shouldn't have to wait until you pass away to enjoy some nice, perfect life. You know, we can, you know, we should be striving to create that sort of utopia on Earth for all humans.
Facts.
Because there's more than enough resources, water and food for everybody to have enough to survive and enough to thrive. So that's what we should be aiming for as a
100%.
species. So
I love that.
yeah.
I love it,
All
Millie.
right. Well, those were our thoughts.
On what humans should be worshipping.
I thought you were gonna say if you made it this
Oh,
far.
I thought usually we say those were our thoughts.
I
On
know. Oh,
topic.
yeah, valid. Okay, all right. Well,
Hey,
all
You're
right.
still here.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next
If you
time.
made it this far, thanks for watching. See you next time.
Peace.